We are reaching the end of the essay writing. We are here in lesson 5.10, and there are only 4 pages because you're just going to be putting it together and, going over it to make sure that it is polished and shining beautiful and your very best effort. So this is going to be about doing the revisions and about turning your final draft in its very best format. So this says the beautiful part of writing is that you don't have to get it right the first time. Unlike, say, a brain surgeon. You can always do it better, find the exact words, the apt phrase, the leaping smile. So that's good, that's true. No one would think Amadeus Mozart to be less of a musician, Marie Curie less of a genius, or Michael Jordan less of an athlete if it were discovered that Requiem, the theory of radioactivity, or the slam dunk were not perfect on the first attempt. So that goes the same thing for you. Don't be insulted by the idea of having to proofread and do revisions. I always recommend that students set aside their final draft for a couple of days and then go back to it again after they've thought about other things and kind of have fresh eyes to look at it. I also always recommend having someone else read it, maybe even a couple of other people, just so that they can find things that seem a little awkward that in your mind it seems perfectly normal and natural to everybody else because they're not inside your head. It may not seem as easygoing or easy flowing as that. So this is going to go through some different ideas for revisions and different things to go over. I always like the read the draft aloud version of that. I am definitely more of an audio learner than anything else. So when I read my stuff back to me, that's when I find the places that are a little bit awkward that need to, or they don't sound quite right. So that's a good method as well. So take a look at all of these pages, all 4 of them. Of course, when you get to the 4th page, that's where the assessment will be and the instructions for submitting your final draft. But don't skip the 3rd page because that one's important too. It goes over the opportunity for improvement, and there's a little slideshow that talks about revising and also the revision checklist that you should go through. Take a look at all of this page and read through all of it and the checklist. Is it clear and concise and all of that stuff, and that will help you to do better on your own page or your own essay. And then here's this. Remember, your essay is a 4-paragraph essay, so it's not super duper long, but with 4 paragraphs I would expect it to be at the very minimum of 400 words with around 100 words per paragraph. So anywhere from 400 to probably 600 words is what you're looking at for a 4-paragraph essay. So here's the final page with the assessment instructions. It says, in this lesson, you have learned that proofreading is an important final step in the writing process. A polished professional argument will make an even greater impact on your audience. You are almost ready to present your argument to the special committee. The only thing left to do is revise and edit your argument. Use the revision and editing checklists from this lesson as you proofread your argument. As you work, keep track of the changes you make. Afterward, write a 1-paragraph reflection on your revision process. So that 400 to 600 words does not include that final revision paragraph. So here's some questions to consider as you're going through. Again, please always run a spell check and a grammar check. The grammar check is not always necessarily right. Actually, neither is a spell check. That's why you still need to know how to spell and you still need to know about grammar. So just take a look at it though, because it can kind of show you some spots where maybe you may have missed something, but you can always not do what it says because it doesn't necessarily know everything. You're going to use the Powerful Product worksheet here, and that is a Word document, so you can actually type right on it. It wants you to put your essay here, which you've already written all the parts, so all you're doing is putting it together here. Please remember to double space it and put your name, class, date in the top left-hand corner and give it a creative title that is centered in the middle. And then down on the bottom, you will do a 1-paragraph reflection. I expect that to be at least 100 words. And okay, just want to show you that it needs to be double spaced. You can do that by clicking up here on this button and clicking with the 2. It needs name, class, date, centered, a creative title, indent using the tab key. If you have any questions, let me know. 400 to 600 words. Thank you.